Hi, good morning. I'm so glad to see you. Holy cow. It's May the 4th be with you today. So, as you can see, my background is from Tatooine. I am a huge Star Wars fan, as are my dogs, hollering in the background. And big shout out to Carrie Kemp, who makes sure that I always have gorgeous Star Wars gear on, sporting my scarf. Thank you, Carrie. I'm Suzanne Castle. Welcome to this Training Tuesday segment. Let me know if you're here live. Drop a comment down in the feed or hashtag replay if you're catching it after 10 a.m. Tuesday Central. I'm here every Tuesday with some little training nuggets in training about your life. It might be about your business, just anything that helps you live a life that's elevated with joy and keeps you from staying in that stuck place and not achieving all that you could be. And today, we're talking about time management. It's so a thing, am I right? We all struggle with it. I don't know anyone that just has it totally figured out because things show up and you have to shift and change. And time is definitely the one thread that runs throughout all of our lives. And whether you are always early for an event, you might arrive as scheduled, or you're the one that prefers to be, fashionably late, you're probably also watching the clock. So wouldn't you love more time in your day to squeeze in more activities? I know I would. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can prioritize and structure your day with your dogs in the background, anything that's manic in your own life so that you can get more hours out of your day. There's a couple of time management tips that really can enhance our productivity. And I'm sure that maybe you've seen some of these, but maybe you haven't heard of all of these. And it's always good to have a slight refresher. So the first one that I want to highlight for you today is honestly to just be about previewing your schedule. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you look at your schedule for the day, first thing in the morning, I also do it at night, but very first thing in the morning, it lets you use your calendar effectively and you'll be able to spend your time more judiciously from work to play. So what you're going to do is with practice, you're going to begin to recognize little pockets in which tasks need more time to be completed and which task scheduled time can be shortened a little bit. And one of my favorite things to do is actually, I was talking to a group of people yesterday, one of my clients, that you also need to just pocket in emergency time or interruption time. If you find that you have lots of interruptions in your business or in your life, go ahead and plan for that. Pocket that in so that you can address that in whatever time that took up. Like if you were working on a project, then you push that project time into your emergency time that you've already planned for. Previewing your schedule and understanding where you might have to shift things around is really one of the best ways to squeeze more time into your day. Now, I was a Girl Scout. Some of you may have been Boy Scouts. One of the things that they teach always is how to be prepared, right? We hear that all the time. But at work, if you're responsible for leading a meeting, you need to be prepared. And I don't mean just 1 minute before the meeting started, you grab your notes. Maybe you need to write the meeting agenda in advance. I also advocate for a communication agenda. If you haven't heard what that is, drop me a line and I'll let you know what that is. Think about the people that are in the room. Think about what needs communicating. Make sure that your agenda is streamlined and you have all the things with you in that moment that you need. And then I put my phone on silent or airplane mode so that I stay present in the moment, in the meeting with the people in the room. When you are present and focused, your meetings will go that much quicker, which leads me to the next one, which is all about staying focused. We must stay focused, people. It's one of the biggest distractions that we see. It is so easy to not stay focused, and then time evaporates that we've allotted for the agenda. We allow our notifications to come in. Every time we get distracted, it takes a lot of time to get back to the issue at hand. So you must stay focused with your task at hand, whether you are in a meeting, whether you are with someone face to face, or whether you are finishing writing a report, for example. Stay with it until it's completed. Now, if it's something that takes a lot of time and you don't have 4 or 5 hours, make sure that you've planned for that. So reverse engineer the outcome, right? So if you know it's going to take 20 hours, put those 20 hours on your calendar so that it doesn't sneak up to you on the night before. Nobody wants you without any sleep. So also, when thinking about staying focused, you also need to banish your distractions, right? We are in a world of distractions constantly. We have kids, we have dogs, we have doorbells, we have phones, we have the 24-hour news cycle. It's just something that we are a part of, but you can take active steps to screen out your distractions. So for example, if you work better with soft music playing in the background, I love that. When I have a playlist of movie soundtracks, like cinematic soundtracks, arrange to listen to those tunes while you complete your task. You'll find that you are more efficient. If you're on the job, you can also close your door to deter people from stopping in just to say hi or to ask a quick question. And it really is okay. We're going to talk about that in a minute, to put a sign on your door that says, I'm working, I need some space to stay focused. Take charge and ownership of what you need to do in the way that you need to do it, and eliminate those distractions. Another thing that I find super helpful is to stand up. Now, I know we've heard about stand-up meetings often. We hear people advocate for them. They are extremely powerful. But if someone calls you in their office for a minute to get their opinion on an issue, stand up in that moment. Avoid sitting down. Here's why. One, it signals that it's not going to be a long meeting, right? Also, rather than sitting down, impromptu meetings then become shorter when at least one of you stands. And if you have routine staff meetings and you want to keep them at 10 minutes or less, make it a stand-up meeting. I promise you, people start to fidget and they want to get the information out, and they're not as comfortable and slouching and willing to just chit-chat all the things. So be sure that you stand up. Now, speaking of chit-chat, we want to try to limit the chit-chat. I'm a very social being. I like to chat with my fellow staff people, but here's the thing. You need to have confidence about limiting the chit chat at work. So don't be afraid to tell people, you know what, I can't talk right at the moment. And rather than getting perturbed, your associates may praise your work ethic and finish your projects on time before taking time to chit chat. Let them know, hey, I've got a really important deadline, so I need 20 minutes. I'll check in with you when that 20 minutes is up. You're setting a great example for everyone else, and it's okay to say, this is my boundary. I just can't chit chat right now, but I can't wait to catch up with you when I can stay focused. You see the difference there, right? Which then allows us to really start saying no and being comfortable with saying no. I talk about this a lot. I've trained about this a lot, but you must be comfortable with saying no. Being assertive is the hallmark of effective time management. So when you take on more projects than you have time for, the quality of your work's going to suffer. Plus, your most important tasks don't get addressed in a timely fashion if you have too much to do. You're more likely to get more work done and do it well if you're not overwhelmed by taking on too much. So find what works for you. You're being able to say, I can't do this right now. Maybe I could do it next week. Or you know what you have me working on is so important and so urgent. Or I'm really focusing on this month, so I can't do that for you. It's okay. Hold your boundary. It will be okay. Which then brings me to, we tend to plan everything when it comes to like our work life, our project management life. But do you do the same kind of diligence when you're at home as well? See, if you're struggling, like I definitely struggle during my off work hours to not work all the time. And if you want to manage your time, then I advocate that you also use your planner right there. Use your calendar app, whatever it is, whether you are a paper or a digital planner type person. Write in your schedule when you want to work on a home project, when you want to go play golf, when you want to work out, when you want to wash your car, when you're going to clean the house or go walk the dogs, because then it becomes important, and your brain also does some signaling, switch signaling, to let you know it's time to go to the next activity. You will gain more time when you start to assign time tasks to everything in your life. And I'm a big advocate of using timers. I know this sounds a little basic, but hear me out. Timers are really important. So for example, if you plan to clean your bedroom for an hour, set the alarm on your cell phone. Stop working on the chore at hand when the timer goes off, but not until then, unless you complete the task. I think what you might find is you're much more efficient than you think you are, because your brain is able to absorb the fact that it has a certain amount of time to complete a task. It really is awesome brain dynamics that we definitely want to take advantage of. And you could also play beat the clock. That can be highly motivational, and you're likely to get more done. Now, for particularly troublesome tasks, we all have them, set your alarm in smaller increments, like 15 minutes, or take a short breather when your alarm sounds before you refocus on your task. In particular, you might want to get up and walk around for 5 minutes. Putting oxygen in really does help you take charge in a faster, more tangible way. And in particular, you might find that physically challenging tasks are much more manageable if they're broken down into smaller, more doable pieces. I know that managing time effectively will make you more satisfied and more productive, and you can squeeze more time in if you try on some of these techniques. Practice them until you get a handle on everything that you want to complete, because a well-managed life, I promise, is well within your reach. Now, To help you accomplish that, I've put something together. You can find it on my website. If you go to suzannecastle.com/free, you'll find the Speedy Priority Finder, which will help you in just about 5 to 10 minutes really set aside what are the priorities and how then can I put those into my schedule. It's free. It's just a download. Put your email in. It'll zoom right to you. I am so excited to help you always uplift your life, show up in an amazing way, live your best life with the sparkle factor. I'm Suzanne Castle. This is Training Tuesday. I will see you next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Have a wonderful, productive week and happy Star Wars Day. Take care. Bye.